Okay, let's unpack this. For millennia, meditation has been, wrapped up in the spiritual, in rituals, in a lot of mysticism.
So many different definitions.
But imagine just stripping all of that away, right down to the molecules and the nerve firings.
That's exactly the mission for this deep dive.
Yeah.
We're skipping the spiritual lexicon entirely and going straight into the measurable biological nature of it.
Treating it like a science.
Exactly, as a scientific, testable state. This is an approach you see in works like The Science of Meditation by Weishan Xia, which just systematically breaks down the physiology behind the practice.
And the central concept, the one that sort of unlocks everything else, is pretty groundbreaking. I mean, we all know two states of being, right? Awake and asleep.
Right.
But the material we're looking at insists there's a third, a distinct biological state you get to in deep meditation. Awake sleep.
The conscious experience of the body sleeping.
Mm.
And if you can grasp that one core mechanism, your mind stays on while your body enters a sleep cycle, it answers pretty much every big question.
It explains all the different methods, what the real benefits are.
And why those benefits happen physiologically. The goal here is for you to understand how to intentionally hack your own system to get into this third state.
So how do we pull this off? How does the body let us be alert and, well, paralyzed at the same time?
It's all about a basic sensory deception, a trick. See, meditation requires this profound, almost absolute stillness.
Okay.
Our bodies have these built-in motion sensors. Think of the accelerometers in your phone or your smartwatch.
Right, yeah.
They're constantly reporting muscle movement back to the unconscious brain.
So if you're moving around, you're awake. Simple as that.
Exactly. But if those sensors detect zero movement for long enough, the unconscious brain makes a critical interpretation.
It thinks you've gone to sleep.
It concludes this organism must have fallen asleep.
Yeah.
And then it triggers its protective mechanism, the one that paralyzes your skeletal muscles so you don't act out your dreams.
So we're basically hacking the security system that's designed to protect us from ourselves during REM sleep.
We are, but we're doing it consciously. If we map this out, you can see it really clearly. You have your normal waking state, mind awake, body awake.
Quadrant I.
And then normal sleep, mind asleep, body asleep.
And then there are the glitches, when the mind is out but the body's still active, sleepwalking.
Precisely. But the state we're intentionally aiming for, meditation, is the reverse of that. It's mind awake, body asleep.
The conscious brain is fully online, observing, thinking.
While the entire physical system is in a controlled shutdown.
Okay, I have to stop you there because for a lot of people, that exact description sounds terrifying.
I know.
That's the definition of sleep paralysis, being conscious but you can't move.
And that is the absolute essential difference.
Yeah.
Intention versus malfunction. Sleep paralysis is a sudden, unexpected entrapment. You fall into it from sleep, and your mind is usually distressed, trying to regain control.
It's a glitch in the system.
A glitch. Meditation is an intentional transition.
Mhm.
You move into it through training, and you can leave just by, say, wiggling a finger. You're keeping the pilot light of consciousness on while the rest of the ship goes on autopilot.
That distinction, control versus no control, is everything. So talking about muscle control, I think most people have tried Dr. Jacobson's progressive muscle relaxation.
Oh, yeah. Well,
where you tense your fists for 10 seconds and then just let go. You feel that wave of relaxation, maybe a little vibration.
EMR is fantastic because it makes that skeletal muscle relaxation a conscious, immediate feeling. But that's just the very, very beginning.
The entry point.
It's the entry point.
Yeah.
Meditation takes that relaxation full body, long duration, and way beyond the muscles we control. It gets into the smooth muscles,
The involuntary ones.
the ones that line your organs, your blood vessels, your gut, and even your heart muscle.
And why is getting those muscles to relax so important?
Because that brings us directly to the physical root of our emotions. This is the body-first theory of emotion. The idea is that anxiety, stress, nervousness, they aren't primarily generated as abstract thoughts. They're caused by physical, involuntary stress happening in the body first.
The emotion is the brain's label for that physical feeling.
Exactly. So my rapid heart rate isn't caused by my fear. My rapid heart rate, in a way, is the fear, or at least the foundation of it.
Right.
Think about the work of Dr. Elizabeth Stanley, who really distinguishes between the thinking brain, the neocortex for planning and reason, and the survival brain.
The limbic system, the brainstem. the ancient stuff.
The ancient stuff that handles emotion, stress, and immediate physical reactions.
And that survival brain is on 24/7, isn't it? It never really sleeps.
It doesn't, and it uses this process called neuroception. It's an unconscious, super fast scanning system.
Scanning for danger.
All the time. Way faster than you can consciously think.
Yeah.
And if it senses even a hint of a threat, it just flips the switch on your sympathetic nervous system.
And that's when you feel it. The quickened heart, the tight gut, the hormonal rush.
That's the tidal wave. And the emotion is just your conscious brain scrambling to make sense of what the body just did.
That's a great way to put it.
And if we simplify this down to just one metric, something easy to track like heart rate, your BPM, we can actually map out these emotion zones.
Let's do it. What are the zones?
Okay, so your comfort or normal zone is generally, say, 60 to 80 BPM. You feel calm, functional.
Then you have the danger or emergency zone, which kicks in above 80 BPM, maybe up to 120. That's classic fight or flight. That's anxiety.
Right. And meditation is about intentionally driving your body below the comfort zone.
Into the sleep or rest zone.
Yes, down into the 50 to 60 BPM range.
Mm-hmm.
And since your mind is still awake in this profoundly rested state, you experience an emotion that you basically never feel when you're active.
What's that?
Pure, unadulterated serenity. Deep calmness. Freedom. That's the new emotion created by awake sleep.
That makes so much sense. By chilling out the body, you remove the physical fuel for anxiety. But we should mention that zone in between comfort and danger.
Ah, yes. The flow zone, or the optimal performance zone.
Right.
This is where a little bit of arousal, a little anxiety, actually helps performance. Is that adrenaline edge an athlete needs. It reminds me of that Bruce Lee quote in The Materials.
The successful warrior is the average man with laser-like focus.
That's the one. It's about harnessing that energy without letting it spiral into panic.
But to get to that ultimate biological calm, you need the ultimate method. And it's so counterintuitive, you have to do nothing.
This is the Taoist concept of effortlessness.
Whoa.
Our conscious lives are spent in the effort world, run by our controlling, logical brain.
And the effortless world is what the unconscious brain runs during sleep cell repair, memory consolidation.
All the vital stuff. And meditation is your chance to consciously visit that effortless world. But the moment your conscious brain tries to manage anything there,
You're kicked right back out into the world of effort.
Precisely. And this solves the two biggest frustrations for beginners. Take breathing. If you are consciously counting your breath or trying to make it deeper, you are trying to control the unconscious brain. That just creates chaos.
So what are you supposed to do?
The job of the conscious brain is to be a bystander. Just observe it. Trust that your body knows how to breathe better than your logical mind does.
I think you need to hear that again. If I'm just a bystander to my breath, won't I get distracted? Or just fall asleep?
It's an anchor, not a control panel. Observing it is passive, controlling it is active. You watch it to keep your conscious mind gently occupied, not to intervene.
And I assume the same logic applies to thoughts. Beginners are always trying to force their mind to be empty.
And forcing emptiness is still control. It's still effort. The idea is to just observe thoughts like clouds. Let them come, let them go, don't engage.
And then thoughtlessness just happens.
It becomes the natural, automatic outcome as your body gets deeper into awake sleep. It's not a goal you have to fight for.
This wisdom is ancient. The old Chinese terms for this, like Zhuo Wang, sitting, forgetting.
Or Shinzai mind fasting. I love those terms.
Yeah.
And think about that description from Yan Hui, Confucius's best student, about achieving Zhuo Wang. He said, "I have paralyzed my limbs, shut off my senses, abandoned my intellect, and merged with the universe."
That is an astonishingly precise description of a mind that's awake while the body is in total shutdown.
It's the biological recipe. Which brings us to the big question everyone asks. How long does this actually take? How long to get to that full body relaxation state?
We're all looking for the weekend workshop fix, aren't we?
We are. But the historical perspective is a lot more realistic. The old wisdom is very consistent.
Right.
Like Zhan Zhuang, stand-in meditation often took 3 full years of consistent practice. The Nighten Foundation building, which was seen as a crash course, was a 100-day intensive retreat. That's about 1,200 hours.
It's no wonder that modern requirements are so similar. You see companies like Google wanting their meditation instructors to have 1,500 hours of practice.
So the bottom line for you, the listener, is a bit sobering, but it's real. To get through that initial phase, to get your body to trust you enough to enter awake sleep consistently, you're looking at around 1,000 hours.
1,000 hours. That sounds like a mountain.
But the material does offer some advice for beginners, right?
A huge piece of advice. Short, frequent sessions are far more effective at the start. you are training your body's trust system.
Yeah.
And frequency builds that trust way faster than duration.
Consistency over intensity.
Absolutely. Now, let's go back to stillness for a second. We said it works because it tricks the body's zero acceleration sensor. But what about moving meditations?
Right. Walking meditation, Tai Chi, Qigong, none of those are still.
And this is where the physics analogy is just so elegant. Think of Newton's first law.
An object in motion stays in motion.
Right. Stillness and uniform linear motion, like walking at a constant speed, are identical to the body because in both cases, the acceleration is zero.
The body doesn't feel speed, it only feels the change in speed, acceleration. You got it. So if you're walking smoothly on a flat surface, your internal sensors are sending the exact same zero acceleration signal as if you were sitting perfectly still. The unconscious brain is tricked.
And slow movements like Tai Chi just keep the acceleration so low, it's negligible.
Exactly. It's a beautiful, unified physical theory for why all these different practices work.
So for sitting practices, posture becomes critical for maintaining that stillness. We always hear about the lotus position. Why does it matter scientifically?
It's just stability.
Huh.
Simple physics. Stability is all about your center of gravity and the area of your base. The full lotus creates a wide, stable base, like an equilateral triangle.
Whereas the easy pose, with your feet just crossed, is the least stable because the base is so much smaller.
They're not spiritual tests, they're engineering solutions for sitting still for a very long time.
The source also talks about the chest in and back straight technique.
All right, and that's not just about your spine. It maximizes stability, but more importantly, it's the most relaxed posture for your upper body.
Yeah.
When you let your chest relax slightly inward, you're actually mimicking the curled up position the body takes when it's deeply asleep.
Okay, so if we can maintain this stillness for, say, 1,000 hours, the hypothesis goes beyond just awake sleep into something much more radical.
Human hibernation.
Yeah, this is where it gets really mind-bending.
We know animals hibernate to survive, to just minimize their metabolic rate. A bear's heart can drop to 8 beats per minute. A dwarf lemur can sleep for 7 months.
But we're not lemurs.
Not usually. But there are these incredible cases of humans surviving extreme hypothermia. Anna Bogenholm, who survives with a body temp of 13 degrees Celsius. Mitsutaka Uchikoshi, who was in a coma for 24 days at 22 degrees.
So these cases suggest we might have dormant hibernation genes.
That's the theory, that these genes can be activated under extreme duress. And the leap is that deep meditation, by maintaining stillness for so long, essentially mimics that extreme duress.
And the unconscious brain might just activate those genes.
It might, lowering your vitals to near shock levels. It could be that deep meditation is actually a controlled, self-induced hibernation. We saw a hint of this with the Thai cave rescue team.
Right. They meditated to conserve energy. It wasn't just mental strength. It was a biological strategy.
Exactly. And this whole scientific lens is why the book is called The Science of Meditation. It's based on Karl Popper's idea of falsifiability.
Which is a powerful concept.
It is. Popper argued that science isn't about finding truth. It's about making theories that can be proven wrong. If you can't test it, it's not science.
So every core idea we've talked about has to be testable. You could falsify the idea that meditation is sleep by finding just one variable that's different.
Like finding that the heart rate in deep meditation is consistently lower than in the deepest sleep, which is exactly what the data suggests.
And we already falsified stillness is the only way by looking at walking meditation.
This scientific skepticism forces you to ground everything in measurable outcomes.
And the ultimate measurable outcome, the biggest benefit of all this, isn't some mystical experience. It's regaining unconditional happiness.
Yeah, we really need to separate those two ideas. Most of what we chase is conditional happiness.
Joy that's tied to getting a promotion or someone praising you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's fleeting because the condition always changes.
But the goal of this practice is a sustained, unconditional happiness, a joy that just arises from within for no external reason at all.
And the loss of that innate joy is tied right back to our biology, specifically to age-related sleep decline.
As we get older, our amount of deep sleep just plummets, from maybe 20% of our night down to just 30 minutes by age 65.
And that deep sleep is when the body generates positive neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin. You lose the deep sleep, you lose the biological factory for innate joy.
But since meditation gives you the same restorative benefits as high-quality deep sleep,
It becomes the pathway to get that joy back. By stabilizing your body's internal state through awake sleep, you create inner stability. And from that, fearlessness.
it's like that line from the Heart Sutra. With no attachment to hold on to, there is nothing to fear.
That's the ultimate payoff.
So the key takeaway from this entire deep dive seems really clear. Meditation is not a mystery. It's just keeping your mind awake while your body enters a sleep or even a hibernation-like state.
And you get there by maintaining stillness or constant slow movement. The goal isn't cosmic awareness. It's physiological optimization that leads to real inner peace.
It's about learning to manage the crazy world of conscious effort by intentionally dipping into the automatic, effortless world that runs everything underneath.
That's it.
Which leaves us with a final, really provocative thought. The philosopher Blaise Pascal once said, "All of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone." Maybe the only thing standing between us and solving our biggest problems is just the inability to consciously harness the profound biological power of doing nothing.